Hi there, and welcome to this guidance for the week ahead from today, Monday, the 9th of March. Can you believe it's the 9th of March already? Through to Sunday, the 15th. So, I'm Sonia Davis, spiritual strategist, and I'm going to help you with understanding a little bit about what the energies are right now so that you can navigate them more easily this week. And I'm going to be picking out, so showing you a set of three cards with some practical information and guidance on exactly how you can use these energies to your advantage rather than getting caught out by them. So this week overall is a quieter week. And I'm saying that with a slight sort of, it's all relative. Next week beginning the 16th, is going to be a really, really big week because we have a new moon, we have the equinox, and all sorts of other things. I will talk to you about that next week. But this week is that almost the quiet before the big event. That's another, I mean, the astrology, if you've been watching me for a while, you will know we've been through some really major, major energetic shifts recently, particularly in February. Um, And March equinox is where we sort of go. We really go. So the stuff that started in February, we're still in that phase where we're not quite launching forward yet. And this week's energies are all about acknowledging where you are right now, what's real for you right now, and knowing yourself more deeply and more profoundly so that you can make different choices about how you move forward. Because make no mistake, next week we are in the year of the fire horse, in terms of Chinese astrology. And next week, when we hit that equinox on the 20th, that's when we go, 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 go. That's when things lurch forward. Now, things are moving faster now anyway than they have been for a while. And this week, if you like, is I really want to invite you to use this week as a time to pause, to regroup, and really prepare yourself. If you've still got any more foundation work that you feel you need to do before you really get going, this is the week to do it. We've got Jupiter stationing direct on the 10th tomorrow. That's going to, again, move things forward in a forward motion. We're still in Mercury retrograde right now, again, until the 20th. I said next week was going to be big. It will be. Watch out for that video. But right now, we're not quite in the full launch phase. We are still not quite emerging into the full body of spring. That happens with the equinox. So really use this week to think about, where are you now? What's real for you right now? And that can be difficult, especially at the moment. There are a lot of distractions going on right now in the wider world around you. Almost certainly in your personal life, there will be things going on that are distracting you from what's real for you. And I really want to invite you to think about what matters to you right now. What's important to you? And when I'm asking that question, I want you to put on a shelf the ways that you perform for the benefit of other people, the ways you react because that's how you've always reacted, the ways you show up, whether that's in front of people you know, whether that's on social media in particular, that's a big one. If you're saying things because you feel you ought to be saying them, this is the week to check in with yourself and go, what do I really feel about this? This is a week to honor your own feelings, your own thoughts, your own emotions, your own sense of what's right and wrong. Not so that you can go out and perform it to the world and go, hey, everyone, this is my opinion. It's not about that. It's about stepping back from that and going, I'm just going to check in with myself. How am I really? What's really going on for me in my world right now? That's the energy of this week. It's an energy of acknowledging what you have, not aspiring to more. And that's not saying don't have dreams, because absolutely we all have dreams and they're incredible. The universe doesn't give us dreams that aren't available to us. But this week is about what's your reality, really real, not what's online, not what's the performance, but what's your real world. If there is one piece of advice I would give you this week, it's take some time to disconnect from places where you feel you performing. Now, that might be social media. If you've been following me for a while, particularly on my social media accounts, any of them that I use, you will notice a massive difference in how I'm showing up and when I'm showing up online on social media. And that's very, very deliberate. For me, it's about disconnecting, about keeping it real. So I'm doing a lot more things in real life, in-person events. I was at the most incredible event on Friday. Massive shout out to Sophie Jane Lee for her new book, Beyond Palatable. Honestly, it is fabulous. It's a brilliant book, and I was honoured to be at her VIP launch event on Friday in London, and it was just incredible. What an inspiring room full of people that was. And it wasn't just about the book, it was just about the energy in that room. But that keeping it real is what I'm talking about here. So the one piece of advice I would really, really give you for this week in particular, switch off the TV. Disconnect from social media. Don't worry about posting. Certainly don't go scrolling. Step away from conversations with people that you don't really gel with. That's not about avoid people who disagree with you, because healthy disagreement and debate is a good thing, but step away from those people that energetically you feel aren't actually good for you. Get into stillness, get into quiet with yourself. If you can, get outdoors. Now, the weather maybe, I don't know what the weather's doing where you are. It's a bit up and down right now. If you can, get outdoors, get into nature, go and see a tree, go and get your bare feet on the grass, get grounded, get real, but get with yourself. People can wait. Focus on you this week. That's the biggest thing I would suggest this week. Focus on you and keeping it really real. Let's dive into some cards. So I have picked up the Urban Crow Oracle. I say I've picked up. I'm going to be honest. I tune in with my guides and say, ask them to pick the cards for me. So that's what we've got. So they have picked the Urban Crow Oracle. I like these cards. These cards keep it real. They really do. And I've got 3 cards to share with you today. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit subscribe on this channel, because it makes a massive difference to how many people get to see this message and how it's shown to people. So please do make sure you're subscribed, and then you'll see, particularly with next week coming up, you'll get notified of when there's a new video coming out. So your first card for this week is gifts. Gifts. Now, there are a couple of messages that I've got from this card. And one of them, I don't know if you'll be able to see very well on screen, but I'll come to that. The first one, though, is, if you can see there, this crow has got all sorts of things. There's a feather, there's a safety pin, there's buttons, there's bits and pieces around. And this is saying, pay attention to what you've already got. It's inviting you to move away from thinking about all the things you haven't got, all the things that are wrong with the world, all the things that you don't like, and go, I've got this. How could I use this in a different way? There's a real energy this week of being creative with the things that you have and seeing them as gifts. So have a look at what you've already got. There's a gratitude as essence to this week. There's an air of going, these are the things that I've got. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, I'd really like that thing, but I haven't got it. So how can I use the things I have got in a more creative way? That's a real energy coming up with this card. Now, that might be physical things in your house, in your home, in your life, or it might be concepts. It might be conceptual. There's a lot of thinking energy going on right now, and that's really what this week is all about, is about helping you to come back into your heart from your head, but acknowledging that the thoughts you've got are there and they can be used, but could you use them in a different way? How else could you use that old button that you haven't got another use for? How could you see that as a gift of what you've got? Now, the second message from this card, and this is not one I've picked up from this card before, and I'm going to try and show you. So I don't know if you can see. I'm going to try and hold this so you can see it. If you see in the behind the picture frame there's almost a face. Can you see that on the wall, on the wallpaper? But it's inside this picture frame. Pull that back a bit. And what I'm also getting a sense of is let them be in the frame, let them be over there. It's almost like the face there is behind a screen. Let it be there. Don't get distracted by the unpleasant faces on the screen or whatever metaphor that brings up for you in your reality. Don't get distracted by the fear. It would be very easy to look into a screen, whether that's social media, whether that's news channels, if you watch those. I don't, and I don't recommend it, but be careful of getting distracted by what's out there and focus on what you've actually got, what's here. This really comes back to that essence of keeping it really real. What's real? What's tangible in your world right now? The crow is not looking out at that window and that picture frame and going, oh, there's a scary face there. The crow is going, I have a button. I'm good. How can I use this button? Keeping it real and not getting distracted by all the things that are going on. That's not about ignoring what's going on, but that's about not allowing it to influence you and what's real for you. This week is about getting grounded within yourself. So see the gifts that you already have in your life. The second card really follows on from that beautifully. I couldn't have planned this if I tried. And we have abundance. And what I really got from this card, and it really does follow on from the gifts card, but what I really got from this card is where you have abundance in your life, notice it, but don't notice it to the point that you ignore the other stuff you've got by turning that way. So I got a real sense when I pulled this of, by all means, focus on the things that matter to you right now, but don't focus to the extent that you miss other things you would get by just looking up and turning your head slightly the other way. So the abundance is all around you. And if you focus on just the one thing that you've got, that you want, that you're thinking about, whatever it is for you, you might miss some of the other things that are also there and around you and abundant for you. So this is saying, don't get so tunnel vision. I keep getting the phrase tunnel vision coming through. Don't get so caught up in tunnel vision that you only look at one thing and one version of the truth, and look around you and look up. So for example, if you are doom scrolling on social media, put your phone down, look up and see what's around you, what's real in your world. Where is the abundance around you? There's a theme of gratitude, but it's also about keeping it really real and keeping it in the real world and not in the manufactured mainstream media, not in the social media opinions going on, But in your life, your reality, and whatever that means for you, know that the abundance is all around you if you look up and see it. And if you don't, others are going to come in and just take it. And you don't want to miss that opportunity. There's a sense of not missing opportunities just because you're focused on one thing over here. Look wider, look bigger, but look with real eyes rather than the virtual world. And again, this, I mean, it's such a big theme this week. It's really, and it feels very relevant to what's going on in the world right now as well. There are different versions of reality going on right now, and you notice what you choose to look at. And if you filter off a part of that view by only focusing on one part of it, you miss lots of other things that might be going on that might actually be counterbalancing the things that you're seeing. On this card, this is memory. And what I really get from this is if you see all the people here walking along and they've all got the lights and their glow, and yet they're all slightly shadowy. And this is saying, don't get caught out by the shadows. The crow is just sitting on his branch, singing away, going, this is what's real for me. Don't get caught up in the shadows of memory, but don't get caught up in creating memories of shadows either. Now, what I mean by that is don't let your brain create scenarios that aren't actually real. Allow yourself to be above that. And I don't mean that in a hierarchical way, but lift yourself above like the crow has. Stand on the branch. He's not down there with all these shadowy people. He's up here going, I'm keeping it real. I'm on my branch. I'm singing my song and I'm quite happy. Thank you. And yes, you can acknowledge the memory of things that have happened. Acknowledge the things that may be happening around you, but also just be you. You don't have to go and walk the same direction as everyone else. You can sit on your branch and go, no, I'm just going to sit here and sing a song. There's a real sense of self in this, of individuality, of not being part of a crowd. And that really tips back to what I was saying about not performing, about stepping away, stepping into the quiet of yourself. That's a real energy this week. And actually, let's see if I can coordinate these. I always struggle. One day I'm going to work it out. Always struggle with these. So, your 3 cards this week. Gifts. Look at what you've got. Be grateful for what you've got. Show gratitude for the things that you already have. And look at how you can use them differently. See the abundance all around you. But don't forget to look up. Don't forget to look up and look around and see if there's a different perspective. And don't get caught in the shadows. Don't get caught in the memories, and don't feel you have to follow the crowd. You can sit on the branch and sing your own song. And that's perfectly good thing to do. But keep it real. Keep it about you. Keep it about your joy. What makes you happy? Because that's the energy that we're going to be going into next week. Use this week to really connect with your truth. What makes you joyful? Because you get to choose that. You get to choose whether or not you live with joy or not. You get to choose how you want to live your life and how you want your future to go, which means you get to choose how you look around you, how you spend your energy. Your time is a currency as much as money. Your energy is a currency, is a currency as much as money. Notice how you spend your energy. Notice how you spend your time. And think about how you can use it more effectively so that you're living the dream that you want, not what you feel you ought to be performing. That's the key to this. Don't feel you have to perform for other people. So many people, myself included in the past. I mean, I do not sit here in front of you now and claim perfection. Absolutely not. We are all fabulously, uniquely, perfectly imperfect as human beings. And that's the joy of this current lifetime that we're all in. And it is joyful if you allow it to be. You get to choose where you spend that currency of energy. I used to try and squeeze myself into what I thought other people expected of me. That wasn't joy. That was not joyful at all. Fundamentally, that broke me. I want you to understand that you are truly limitless. You are deserving of joy. And that doesn't mean that things are happy, clappy, fabulous every single minute of every single day. That's not reality. But when you have the essence of joy in your heart, within yourself, because you are making choices in your life that mean you are fundamentally joyful and content in your life, you find the things that upset you diminish and become unimportant. And the more you know you are limitless and can make your own choices, you're not selfish with that. You are actually empowered and standing up and going, this is the new world. This is new earth. This is what we are creating now. Yes, I see that stuff that's going on over there. And no, I don't want any part of it. I send lots of love and compassion and healing and all sorts of other things to people who are impacted by things that are going on. Dreadful things going on, either now or historically. Absolutely, I do. But that doesn't mean I need to get involved in it and performing in it. And when you stand in your own joy and your own awareness of self to a point that you don't need validation from other people, you know you're truly limitless. And that's where you get to sit on your branch and sing your own song and not worry about the shadows walking around. Because joy is where everything is. Love and joy really are what bring everything together. And that is what the new world is going to be looking like. It's about joy. It's about abundance for all. And it's about the gift of life that we have right now. And the gift to choose. And that is powerful. So what are you choosing this week? And when you set yourself up this week to know that, take some time this week to really tune into that. What's in your heart? What do you really, really want? What do you already have that you could use differently and approach differently? Take the time this week to think about that. And if you want some help with that, drop me a message, reach out, drop me a comment below, let me know. I'm here to help you. That's what I'm here for. I am literally, my mission is to make the world a happier place, one joyful person at a time. And I do that by helping you achieve your dreams and making them your reality. Because when you know you're limitless, anything's possible. Trust me on this. Trust me. I've been there, been on this ride myself. That's why I'm here to help you. So if you want to know more, I'll drop my website below. It just takes you to a page with a little video that tells you my mission and how I can help you. And there's a link to book a free call there as well. And we can have a chat. Let's have a chat. So this week, calm, quiet. Don't get caught up in the noise. Don't get caught up in the fear. Stay true to yourself. I am sending you so much love and joy and compassion and the energy of healing if you need it. I am sending that now from my heart to yours. Thank you for being here. Please do make sure you're subscribed to my channel. We're in momentous times right now, and it's incredible to be alive. And I'm here to help you feel that level of joy as well. Take care, and I will see you again very soon.